everyone, this is Mansi Sharma and I know Kanishk via a common friend. So Kanishk came up with this idea that he wants to make a video for those who want to apply to Germany for their PhD programs. Right. He could have done this all by himself, but then we thought that why don't we make it an interactive affair by doing a little Q&A session. Before getting further into this, I would like to ask Kanish. Kanish, I have seen your videos, but nowhere you have mentioned much details about yourself, right? So why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
Okay, so my name is Kanishk Tomer. I have done my graduation from Kirodimal College, University of Delhi. Then I pursued my MSc from IIT Kanpur, and I'm going to start my doctoral studies from University of Bonn, Germany.
And when exactly are you planning to go there?
I'm planning to go there around November or December this year.
Okay, okay, Kanish. So, like, what were the source of your inspiration? Okay, that I want to do PhD and that too from Germany. So when and like why you decided that?
Okay, so first I'd like to tell you why did I decide to not pursue my doctoral studies from India. The first and foremost reason was obviously PhD duration. In India, on an average, it takes 5 to 7 years, and sometimes it extends up to 8 years, and that is not permissible for me. I want my PhD in less than 5 years, in 4 years or 3.5 years. So it was very clear for me not to do it from here. Second reason was stipend. Stipend in India is very low, be it JRF, be it through JRF or GATE or even Institute Fellowship, it's very low.
Yeah.
And another thing is researchers here in India don't get that respect as compared to other countries. And thirdly, obviously infrastructure. India is
Yeah.
still far behind as compared to Germany or USA. If you
Yeah.
want, if you are publishing a paper in India, then and it is taking 1 year of work, 1 year of your time of your PhD, then it will definitely take less than that in other countries. So India is still behind in infrastructure. So that was the reason I chose not to do in India. Now why not USA? So again, PhD duration in USA also is 5 to 6 years. Course structure is there. There is also like India. There is coursework, then there is TA-ship. It, exactly like India. So in Germany, I at least I used to think that PhD we can get PhD in 3 to 4 years. However, reality is quite different. Now I know. I will tell you about it later. So at least this was the reason. Second reason for choosing Germany was expense. While applying to USA, you need to expend
Yeah.
quite an ample amount of money. You will have to give GRE, ToEFL, then GRE subject. These three exams can cost you up to 50,000, around 50,000. Then you will have to send their thesis scores to the particular universities. Then you will have to apply application fees. You will have to pay, and in a lump sum amount, if you are applying in 10 to 11 universities in USA, then you are going to spend around 1 to 1.5 lakh. It's true.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know this is educational investment. It is a good investment, and you can easily pay it later when you get selected because they pay you a lot. But it's still a risk, and I didn't want to take that risk. So this was also a reason. Third reason was obviously the course structure, as I mentioned, because in USA you will have to do a 1 year coursework, whereas in
Yeah. 1 to
Germany,
1.5 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
and in Germany you start doing research from first day itself. So I like that way of doing things. So this was my reason.
Okay. Okay. So when and exactly how you became aware of the application procedure, like what steps you need to follow if you want to apply to Germany or other European countries.
Yeah, in this my seniors helped me a lot. Not my seniors, I'll particularly name one, Sandeep Bhaiya. He got placed in Germany in University of Bonn. That was very coincidental that I am going in the same university. He helped me a lot, even in the small things, how to write cover letter, how to write SOPs, and what to mention in mails, how to approach professors. Because in Germany, sometimes, yeah, there is a very structured cover letter which we have to send to professors. But other than that, sometimes they ask particular questions in cover letter which you have to mention in your cover letter. So I didn't know all these things. He helped me a lot. Even he wrote my first cover letter by himself. So I thank him for that. And secondly, he told me when to start applications. He told me when to collect all the documents and when to collect your transcripts so that you can start applications. So he told me everything. I would like to say you can't pull it all by yourself. So you will have to have guidance, either from your seniors, either from your siblings, anyone. You will have to have guidance.
So basically, guidance from your seniors help you a lot during
Yeah,
this process,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
So, do you consider at any time that like, okay, I should apply to US or maybe not? But what exactly were the differences between the application procedure between US and Germany or other European countries?
Yeah, the main difference is when you apply to US, you refer to a university. While even writing SOPs, you refer to a university. What you do, you collect all your scores, your GRE scores, your ToEFL scores. Then you collect all your documents, you write SOPs, and then you shortlist universities. And within duration of 15 days or 1 month, and maximum 1.5 months, you apply to all of them. Then you sit back and relax, just wait for results. It's nothing like that in Germany. In Germany, there is no such last date, there is no such deadline. You will have to just keep applying. There are two types of applications in Germany. First, there are funded positions which you can get in through various websites like scholarshipdb.net, find a PhD Glassdoor. There are various websites. You can if you can just type it on Google PhD positions in Germany, you will get many websites. So there are funded positions in Germany. What you have to do in that, the documents they need, the eligibility they need, you just have to follow the instructions. And they will give you their project proposal. You will just have to read it. And if you find yourself interesting, and if you see that your experiences will help you in this work, then you can apply, and definitely you will get an interview call. The other type of applications is sending random mails. What you do in this type of applications is you make a list of professors which are in your field and which are doing well, and you send them mails one by one. You approach them through a long mail. You write your motivation, you write your interest, and how you connect to their research, and then you ask for a position. So that's another kind of approach. So this is how applications in Germany are very different from applications in USA.
So you are telling me that you have to apply individually to the faculty or professors, right,
Yeah,
in Germany.
direct to the professors.
So what points did you highlight in your mails or cover letters when you wrote to those professors?
Yeah, while applying to this kind of opportunities, you write SOPs and even mails directly to the research group, not any university or institutions. So in mail body, generally what you write is first you give your decent contact information, who you are and from where you are. Then you tell him how did you get to know about him, and how long have you known him, and things like this. I have known you from past six. I have been following you from past 6 months, and I have been in regular touch with the publications. And then you will have to write a particular research work that you liked about him, because these things anyone can write, and these things are not going to stand you out from all applications. You will have to write particular research work which impressed you a lot, and from those 2 or 3 lines you are going to be judged. So how smartly you frame that lines, how smartly you write, because from those lines you are not writing about his research work, you're also showing him your knowledge of his research work. So this should be done very smartly, that I like this, I like this part of your work. And then you will have to show that your past research experiences and his research work, how they connect, and how your experiences will benefit you in if you get a PhD position in his lab. So you'll have to connect all these things. And after all these things, you write in 2 or 3 lines, you request him to give a PhD position. So this is how a email body should be. And as I told you, these research experiences, your research experiences and his research work, they should connect. First thing, and second thing, you should be able to tell in detail about his research work. You should not tell him what is he doing, because he knows what is he doing. You should tell him very smartly that you know about his research work. You should convey the message that you definitely understands what he does in his lab. So this should be the format of an email.
So beside this cover letter thing and beside this mail thing, other aspects do you think that makes a good profile for Germany especially?
Yeah. Because in USA they take GRE scores, they take ToEFL scores, so they have various things to evaluate you upon. But in Germany, they don't take GRE, they don't take, sometimes they don't take ToEFL also. So how will they evaluate your application? So there are mainly three things. Firstly, your grades, your CPI of a master's. Secondly, your research work, definitely. And third is recommendations. So these three things should be strong because when you have GRE scores, when you have TOEFL scores, then your focus gets diverted. If you have less CPI, then it can cover because GRE score can cover it or something else can cover it. But in Germany, only these three things are there, so these should be good. Means if you have CPI in top 10 or top 15, then there's no problem. You can apply with your full motivation. So yes, these three things are there.
So good CGPA is really important, right, for
Yeah,
Germany.
yeah,
Kanishk, in my knowledge, that you have secured a fully funded position, right?
yeah.
But sometimes securing a fully funded position in Germany is difficult, right? So what exactly is the scenario of this funding in the European countries?
Okay, I'll tell you what happens when you apply to a funded PhD position. Then there is no problem in getting funding because it's that position is already funded. It happens when you approach professor by yourself. No PhD position is advertised, and you are just asking for a PhD position. And sometimes professors don't have funding. If they have funding, then obviously they advertise the position. So most of the times they don't have funding. What they do is if they like your profile, they send you a mail that I like your profile. If you can secure funding from some funding giving institutions, then definitely I consider you. So there are funding giving institutions like DART and
Yeah,
IT, and there are some others. But I will tell you a very important thing about DART, which general students don't know. If Because if you want to join in 2021 fall semester, for that you will have to apply for DART in before 15 October 2020. So how when will you start applications? It matters a lot because generally people start applications in November, December, but then
yeah.
that is already gone, so you can't apply for that. And if you will apply for that, it will be for next year. That year will be counted as a drop. So if you are thinking of applying through DART, then you will start your application very soon, before October. So this year you can apply till 15 October for next year fall semester. So, as such, there is no problem for funding if you apply directly to the funded PhD position. And yes, opportunities are not much, but there is no deadline. Whenever a professor gets funding, advertise the position. You can find it on, as I told you, on scholarshipdb.net. They update as soon as the advertised position gets published. And other thing you can do is you can go directly to Twitters and you can follow all the professors. So if one professor is releasing a position, then all other professors retweet this PhD position. So if you follow even some of them, 10 to 20, then you will get to know all the current PhD positions. So that's a good thing to do.
Okay, okay. I think one point which we are missing is that is TOEFL necessary, or is the knowledge of German language necessary for going to Germany? Because I think you should know a little bit German so that you
Yeah.
can effectively communicate with local people.
Yeah. First, about German language, no, it's not necessary at all. Of all the applications, just 1 or 2% of the applications require efficiency in German language. But yes, if you know German language, then it will help you in surviving there. Not in application, but it will help you in surviving there. But if you don't know German language, it's not going to affect your application in any way. And about TOEFL, yes, they say that TOEFL is not necessary for Germany, but in my experience, I've applied in a lot of positions. In my experience, around 50% of applications demands TOEFL, and there are not much opportunities as I mentioned earlier. So why should leave those 50%? So, in my opinion, you should give TOEFL prior to the applications. And the mistakes I did during my application, I hope you will not repeat those. So, in the end, I'd like to summarize that please ask for any guidance you can get, and you can also contact us if you have any questions. And please be updated about everything when you have to start applying, about DART deadlines and various deadlines, and about how to write all these things. We are gonna also make another video on the on all these things, how to make our letter and how to make SOPs. And if you have any questions, you can definitely contact us. So that's from my side.
So you all heard Kanishk that how to approach the faculties, how to get a fully funded position, how to prepare for ToEFL in advance, and you should learn from him all those mistakes that he made. You shouldn't repeat them. And at last, I would like to thank Kanish for
Thank you
sharing
very
his
much.
valuable experience with us. Our motive of this video would be successful, even if we can help a single student to get a PhD position in Germany or in any other European country. So I request you all to please share it as much as possible so that it can reach to maximum students, it can help maximum students. So please share it, like it, and thank you so much.